Persona 5, a highly acclaimed JRPG released in 2017, stole the hearts of many people with its engaging story, fun gameplay, and fantastic soundtrack. Even so, what remains to be one of the more impactful features of the games are the characters and how they're designed, with Persona 5 being the first time that party members are given stylish, sometimes very on-the-nose outfits to complete their heist in. It's only natural that some people have preferences for each character's attire. That's where I come in. Hey, it's Nanoplays Games, aka MPG. Today we're going to be ranking Phantom Thieves outfits from worst to best. Why the sudden change in video topics? Not too sure to be honest, I just thought this video would be fun to do. I love every one of the Phantom Thieves' outfits, but I do think some are better than others. This is going to be subjective, but I'll try to argue my placements. And sorry in advance, but I won't be ranking Morgana due to the outfit limitations he has. So with that being said, let's get into it. Starting off with An. I didn't really want to put her here as I really like her attire, but compared to the rest of the cast, it's painfully bland. I personally think the color red fits An very well, as it's a color she wears a lot outside of the metaverse and matches her fiery attitude. To be honest, I'm just a sucker for bright reds, but I still think it fits her the most. The pink gloves add a nice contrast to the rest of her clothing, and the length of them gives her a touch of femininity, which again does well to establish the kind of character she is. Her mask, like the rest of her attire, is a vibrant red and has cat eye holes for her eyes and cat ears. I don't think I have to mention how much I love cats, so this was a treat for me. I also like that her tail matches her whip. There's probably some symbolism there, but I'm too lazy to look into it. It really makes her look mischievous and like a really playful character, even though she's quite tame in game. I also think her overall color works well to match her Persona Carmen, as the two look like quite a pair. Unfortunately, we have to talk about the things I don't like as much, though most her nitpicks are just things I personally don't like. Though I love the color red on An, I feel like she could have really used some other colors or shades to spice her up a look a bit. We don't only see her wearing the color red, and I think she looks good in other colors based on her other outfits. I also don't like the nose on her mask, it makes it look odd. Speaking of odd, the cat toe also seems to be a bit much, especially with the really distracting metal part of it towards the back. I don't mind her boots too much, though I'm not really a fan of how much of her legs they take up. I do understand that she's supposed to be a dominatrix, and that fits more with the kind of persona she has, but it doesn't fit her as a character. An may be my favorite character, but she's at the bottom of the list. Next on our list is Ryuji. Yeah, I know, I love him too, and I think his outfit fits him, in a way. I love that his top has a pop collar, it totally fits the delinquent attitude he has in the game. The metal knee pads are also a nice touch, and not only match the pads on his elbows, but his melee weapon of choice. There's metal in a lot of obvious places, but some are also discreet, only seen when you take a further look at him. His mask honestly fits him very well, especially with how sharp the canines in his mask are. The belt around his waist also adds a sort of chaotic look to his outfit, with what I'm assuming are shotgun shells tucked in them. Again, like with An, I like that his gloves add contrast to the rest of his outfit, especially since everything is so dark. Now onto my nitpicks. The metal attached to Ryuji's gloves seem to serve no purpose outside of decoration, but they do help represent his brash nature. The red scarf, though the color helps put his outfit together, doesn't seem to jive well with the overall feel of his outfit, like it was put there last minute or something. Also, looking back on it now, Ryuji's outfit probably should have had an entirely different aesthetic. I wish it was more pirate-based, and I'm not saying everyone's outfit needs to perfectly match with their personas, but it'd be nice. Ryuji with a pirate hat and a sword would have gone hard, but maybe in another life. Some might disagree with my next placement, but it's gonna have to be Yusuke. I really like how beautifully simple his outfit is, though it's pretty loud in certain ways. The pop collar reminds me of English royalty from the 15 to 1600s, possibly matching the only people who could afford art commissions. This is especially true when you put them with the puffed up sleeves on his top. I also love how low his mask sits on his face compared to the other Phantom Thieves. It definitely makes him look more mysterious and a bit more regal. The tail attached to his pants don't look as weird as An's, though it could be seen as unnecessary. I really like how prominent white is in his design, as well as the color blue, as it makes him look cold. His own outfit seems to be a work of art, as it's both subtle and gorgeous. Definitely one of the better designs. Now onto Futaba. Her outfit is really interesting since there's so much to look at and consider. I like the many lines and patterns in her attire. It seems like each piece of attire offers something different when your eyes wander around. The more you look, the more you see. Each section of her body offers a different pattern or texture, and it makes her overall outfit very dynamic. I think bright lime green colors suit her very well. The color is used sparingly but well in her metaverse design. The pads on her knees remind me a bit of a doll, or rather the pads you use while roller skating. Her gloves and mask are a little different from the rest of the teams, and I'm assuming this was purposeful because she's a nav. The tips of her gloves are what I assume are similar to texting gloves, and her mask is more like a pair of goggles, probably necessary for her to see. There's a small messenger bag on her legs, which reminds me of the pockets you find on the cargo pants of her summer outfit. My only nitpick is that I kinda don't like the gold belt wrapped around her waist and thighs. Doesn't do much to distract from the overall design, but just seems kind of unnecessary. I don't know, this outfit just screams Futaba, so I'm glad it fits her well. It seems like something she'd actually wear. Now we're getting to the part of my list where I don't have many negative things to say about the characters' outfits, but I gotta justify my placements anyway. I think Makoto's outfit is super cool, especially since it's a direct contrast to her character. There are spikes on her shoulders and bottom parts of her legs, as well as the ones on the brass knuckles she carries. Her overall outfit is pretty dark, with many drowned out blacks, blues, and grays making up a great majority of it. Though she wears black and blue in other outfits, the colors she wears while in the metaverse makes her look like a completely different person, almost unrecognizable. I like that she wears a top over the rest of her fit, as it makes it look like a plate of armor and like she's royalty. The black scarf wrapped around her neck fits well with her quote-unquote rider aesthetic, and it's pretty in your face, which I like. Her mask is very simple, but it looks tough, cold, and stable, much like her as a character. Her shoes are steel-toed and have a heel, like she's an authority figure and a force to be reckoned with. The torso part of her top reminds me of a corset, especially with the nets on them. It really makes her look kind of alt-fashion wise. Speaking of which, her outfit having something even more in tune with the punk subculture would have done wonders for her. I do wish she looked a bit more unique, but her outfit is already pretty great, so no complaints here. This was a surprising placement for me, but I really love Haru's design. Before I started writing my script for this video, I actually thought I'd put Haru further down than I did here, until I took a better look at her outfit. I think her colors are the most beautiful, as they mix purples and burgundies with the black in her attire very well. I like her puffed up shorts. Again, it reminds me of clothes worn a long time ago. It's cute, classic, it fits her personality very well. The belt around her shorts that carries ammo is a great touch, as there are many characters who have features like this. Her hat and mask are the most noticeable things about her, since no other team member has a hat or mask that's so simple yet so effective. The subtle ruffles and wrinkles in her blouse gives the outfit the uniqueness and charm it needed to stand out from the others, if only slightly. The vest over her blouse also completes the whole outfit, as it reminds me just a bit of steampunk fashion. Just seems like unlike most other characters, she's actually wearing somewhat normal attire that I could totally see her in outside of the metaverse, and it actually fits with the aesthetic of the game, so that's a bonus. Sumire's outfit is again something simple with a dash of something more. Her outfit is a basic black leotard, fitting for her as a gymnast. The longer parts of her jacket really matches Joker's, and the gold buttons of it are a really nice touch as well. The ruffles on the sleeves of said jacket are real classy too. Her red gloves mimicking Joker's, as well as her own hair and eyes, is something I find really charming about her design. She's a really good parallel to Joker. Her outfit proves it in almost every way. The chain around her waist that she used to carry her blade in is nice. Things like that are always a nice addition to me. The surface part of her shoes being ballet shoes is super adorable, and the straps are quite subtle, which I love. Her heels also make her look more refined, elegant, and balanced in a way. Her mask is stunning, and I like how it curls towards the end, for no particular reason other than it spices up her look. The holes for the eyes of her mask also look a bit like brief scenes from Monica Magica, but you know, that's neither here nor there. Only nitpick is I think maybe the choker could go, but it looks nice and doesn't negatively affect her outfit at all. She definitely earned her place here. Akechi's outfit is the gift that keeps on giving. His outfit is traced in lines of perfection, not a single thing out of place, and every piece of attire serving its purpose. Kinda makes you think of the facades kept up for so long in the public eye. Unlike Yusuke's subtly regal look, Akechi looks more like the royalty that indulged in their looks and wealth shamelessly. The A on the belt around his waist is a bit gaudy, kinda fits with his internally perfectionist or OD nature. His mask is very bird-like, and the bottom of it matches Joker's a bit, with Akechi's being longer and sharper. From a certain angle, it looks like you're staring at a bird when you look at his mask. Speaking of Joker, in contrast to him, the majority of Akechi's outfit is white, the complete opposite of Joker's black one. White, red, and gold fits him very well, and also helps him stand out from the rest of the thieves. The only thing I think his outfit could do without is the red pseudo-cape behind him, but they look like wings that help put the outfit together, so it's not too much of an eyesore. Really helps add dramatic flair, so maybe it's necessary. Definitely one of my favorite outfits ever. You know I had to put Joker at number 1. I like the subtlety his outfit has on how certain pieces of attire, like his shoes, make him look more jester-like. Like Sumire and Haru, his clothing seems to match the classy and mystique aesthetic the game was going for. The sleeves of his trench coat are flipped down, making him look a bit more fancy. Again, I love a good pop collar, but this fits his overall aesthetic a lot more. The ripples on his top add a bit of illusion, and I like the way it extends up to his face. His mask is by far my favorite, as it makes him look intimidating but oddly confident. His mask, alongside his clothes, gives his attire the bit of color it needed, even though black fits him very well. Everything is simple and flowing, and in-game it makes all of his movements look even cooler than they already were. He's effortlessly cool, calm, and collected, so a lot of the subtlety his outfit offers go mostly unnoticed until you take a closer look at him. It's honestly really hard to put into words how amazing I think his fit is, and how well it fits him as a character. He's the main character, and the designers really gave him the best metaverse design in the game. It's totally deserved too. Every main character in Persona 5 is important and unique in their own way, and their metaverse outfits only helps prove that. Persona 5 was already a super charming, impressive game, and they honestly didn't need to go as hard as they did with a lot of things. I used to be a big Persona fan between the years of 2017 and 2020, and it still has a place in my heart, despite RPGs not really being my thing anymore. What do you think of this list? Let me know in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'm NPG, I hope to see you later. Peace!